nature of the program in architecture is that in the second year we get to take students out on the rural survey, in the third year peri-urban survey, and in the fifth year they do the urban survey. Over the past 10 years or so, we have not been able to have students go live in the villages or the communities as we used to have it, mainly because of funding. So primarily students stay on campus and we drive them to various locations and bring them back. This year, through the funding from the General Consulate of Greece and Cyprus in Ghana, through Three Mountains Cocoa, we were funded to come out here and do this, and we are super grateful to them. That is what partnership is about, and KNUST believes in this kind of partnership. So we brought 128 students together with staff and the cooking folks, more than 150 people, to live right here in the community to study the various aspects, the infrastructure, the ecology, the community service, and what have you. So the overarching theme for our study is reimagining our rural communities. We want to reimagine our rural communities, and we are focusing on 5 themes: sustainability, circularity, resilience, entrepreneurship, and partnership. So that is what we have been working on. And yesterday, Sunday, we had a series of initial presentations to see how far they have gone, and really some fantastic work has come. Of course, there are a few things that we're going to clean out and make sure that it is very well done.
There are details that we have discovered here that are quite unique to this place, and they should be voiced. We should make a voice, we should give them a voice, we should give people a voice, farmers a voice, because they are very different. They're very different, they're very unique, they have very unique skills, very unique relationship with the nature, and very unique crop, the cocoa. As a group, we are looking at ways of reimagining rural ideas of living in Africa in general, but this year we're focusing on Western Africa, of course referring to other areas in Africa that have similar climate. For us, climate is very important because students learn ways of construction and design through understandings of climate.
When we're done with our compilation of the data, the gathering of data and the compilation, we realized that there were certain infrastructures that were missing in almost all the communities. And with the exception of Takyikrom, so with the other 5 that we surveyed, lacked health facilities, others lacked adequate number of schools, others too, there weren't really markets for them to really trade, so they had to trek miles to actually be able to sell their produce and buy produce from that, the communities they sell, and then come back home to actually prepare something for their families to eat.
Cocoa is like their major economic activity. Most of them, as I said, also do palm plantations as well, and then plantain and then cassava as well, but they were mostly cocoa farmers, and we spoke to them and they were very happy with the work they do. They said it's made them enough income to take care of themselves, but some of them complained, a few of them complained here and there. So we are going to look into their social and economic life and how to improve upon all of those things, because when the interaction between people is poor, all of the other things we are talking about, their infrastructure, their ecology, morphology, all of those things can't be in place when their social interactions and economic lives are not perfect. So I think the data we picked up is going to help us make a whole lot of good deductions.
Before we came here, I decided to keep an open mind about everything because we're coming to a rural area and I haven't been to one before. So it was quite a nice experience, apart from the occasional one-to-one things that we encountered over here.
So with the knowledge I gained from the survey, be able to reconstruct and redesign the future and be able to predict like how the time will be in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, and the next 50 years. Because a rural setting, like the change will be gradual because the indigenous won't be able to get used to it. So it will be small, then big, then everybody achieve the Ghana that we all want to see.
And so my group is we did ecology and environment. We came here to study the environment and how it impacts people, how they interrelate with the environment and how the environment helps them as well. We're able to note down the number of animals, the type of animals here, the plants that they have here, the ones they use to help themselves, the one they use to get money. We also looked at the soil. We looked at the water bodies, the rivers, the boreholes that they use, even the rainwater that they collect. All of this impacts how they live and how we're able to use it to design for them and not impose anything on them.
The environment is quite comfortable, and then this is more or less like a typical rural area because I've never been to one before, and it was so interesting to look at. Yeah. And then for my group, we worked on physical infrastructure. That's how the physical structures over here relate to the people over here in terms of building, transportation, water storage, power supply, and other things.
The experience here has taught me to respect people wherever it is they are, because wherever it is people are, they are happy where they are. They are content with what they have, and then they are doing well.
These communities actually hold a whole lot of value, that much value to the economy of the country. To look at them with the production of cocoa, oil palm, other cash crops, other food crops that more of like feeds the entire nation, that brings money to the pocket of the government, purse. I would say that there are certain infrastructures they need, such as hospitals, clinics, markets, schools, if possible, an information center where they are able to, get on track with whatever is happening within the urban areas.
I learned a lot. Before coming here, everyone was worried, my family, about the condition that I was going to be living in over here. I overpacked my things because I didn't know what to expect. But getting here, I realized that there are so many things we have in common with the people here. We are the same people, and I learned a lot from them. They were very nice to me. I actually improved upon my tree, which was good, and it was a lovely experience, waking up to go and fetch water. I had never done that in my life, but in doing that, I think it humbled me a lot, and I think I've become a much better person now.
When I came here, it changed my perspective. Like, even though they are hard and all, like there's electricity, and then the indigenous are very friendly.
So what we have done here and we're going to do is to collect baseline data, put it all together, clean it, synthesize it, and now we start coming up with ideas for developing this community 20, 30 years from now. Because no matter the size of the community, if you don't plan it well, you might turn up having a community that is haphazardly planned or evolved. And we want to make sure that these communities do not suffer that same fate. So there are 8 communities here, right from Takyikrom all the way to Teshi Praso and Kong Praso. We are also very, very grateful for the wonderful cooperation we have received from the chiefs and the people of the communities, all the rural areas, and what they have done for us. And for KNUST, community impact is at the core, and we are happy that KNUST is delivering that mandate, and we hope to do that. So about at the end of the academic year, we will invite them back to this time around to KNUST for them to see what we have done, and then we can present that.